Adversity is a blessing and not a curse. Understanding this early on can really make a huge difference. There is no story without struggle, and the lower we go, the lower the fall, the higher the climb. Adversity is a gift that has been bestowed upon us. It is the thing that will make you one of the chosen ones. It might not feel like that at first, but it's the thing that's going to give you the foundation, the strength, the grit, the self-belief. I'm not some guy coming to you. I'm not a 22-year-old life coach that thinks he found something that he can talk about. And I'm coming from 9 years into a business, failed, lost all my money, lost all my credit, moved out to a mountain town to produce snowboarding videos, promptly suffered a life-changing injury, married and divorced. At least the last 3 years of my 26-year drinking journey, I was drinking over a liter of hard alcohol every day, vodka, tequila, cheap stuff. And it just, I went pretty low. Now, other people have gone lower, so maybe that sounds like a vacation to some, and I'm not sitting here trying to say I've had it the hardest out of anybody, but man, I've definitely paid my dues and got some battle scars. But on the other side of that, I'm now 4.5 years since the day I stepped into the gym and began changing everything. Now I own a successful marketing agency. I started living out of the back of an SUV, 1,300 miles from home on a beach in California. Started with $700 to my name. 2.5 years without alcohol. I'll never have another drop of alcohol again ever in my life. And I was so fortunate that I learned this lesson from someone else right at the beginning of this journey that had a really epic decline, terrible situation, and a just magnificent uprise after it. And then I saw it again in another man. I want you to understand that this adversity that you've gone through, the loss, the addiction, the things you're battling or you've experienced, these are the things that are going to make you one of the chosen ones when you get to the other side of them. But the thing is, the reason it's such a gift is you now have the opportunity to turn it into such a thing. And a lot of people don't get through it. A lot of people can keep following that decline and end up in, crazy, terrible, low places they can't get out of. And then you see other people, they find that thing in themselves and they start moving in that direction. And it's usually going to be a long, slow, steady path. It took me 2 years before I beat that battle with alcohol. I heard this thing, it might have been an Andrew Tate thing. I don't listen to a lot from him. I don't agree with everything from him by any means, but he's definitely opened my eyes to a few things. But he said, it took 10 years to become an overnight success. And for me, this path has been almost 20 years when I connect all the pieces together before things have just started to really make sense and started to break free. And I'm not the guy standing up on a stage having had huge success yet. Just moving in the right direction. I've bought the land we're going to build the comeback camp at. My vision was to live and work remotely. My marketing agency, I can do that. I'm back in the hometown. I'm trying to be here 4 to 6 months out of the year and on the road another 6 to 8. Built the 4x4 camper. That's my path to freedom. My business owns it. It's there's a lot of great things that my vision has brought together, and out of my adversity, out of my addiction, out of the place of just absolute total defeat that I came from, I found my purpose. That there are just a few lessons in life that are so valuable that if I can get these out to the world, that I can help others understand them, it's going to help people, allow people to take charge of their challenges and make an amazing life for themselves. And this message can spread. Other people can get the message out. They can also teach these same lessons, or however these lessons affect and apply to them in a way that they see his work, that they can share it to the world. Fitness, that's the foundation to elevation. Habits are the foundation to fitness, and that is definitely a form of manufactured adversity, at least at first. Once it becomes lifestyle, it's just a normal thing. I get up every single day at 3:30 a.m. or a little bit earlier. I'm always up before my alarm, and I work out. And on the days that my body needs recovery, I'm still doing mobility. I'm still getting steps in. I'm still out riding my bike. I'm still getting up early and doing something to challenge my body physically, even if I'm making sure I don't overdo it on my joints, because I'm not taking any shortcuts. I'm in my mid-40s, no TRT, no injectable peptides, no Ozempic, no performance enhancing, messing with my hormones. Now someday it probably is coming, but I'm only 4.5 years into this journey, and I think it's really important. This is more about mental and spiritual resilience and development versus the outcome of the physique. So I'll keep encouraging you to not go to that level, even if you have some blood tests that say you're low on testosterone or you can justify this. I understand the appeal to pursuing, doing whatever we can to go to the highest level of performance. I get it. I tried it once in college. But what we're doing now is we are men making our comebacks. We are building ourselves up mentally and spiritually. All the other things are going to fall into place. They sure have for me. So adversity, for many people, will be their decline and their demise. And that was definitely the path I was on for a long time. But I figured this out, within a few days of when I stepped into the gym, I had taken this message in and understood, well, this is real stuff. And, everything I've done along this way, everything I pretty much ever do, once I commit to it, I overdo it. I've caused myself harm to my joints. I overdid the caloric restriction, went catabolic, trashed my white blood cell count, trashed my metabolism, messed up my gut bacteria, because I was just locked in. I learned how to live in a constant state of starvation while working out really hard. There was something else I was doing that was mentally and spiritually, it was building, I was creating and forcing myself into a circumstance of adversity, kind of like driving 1,300 miles from home with $700 to my name, living in the back of this SUV for a year, starting a business, and getting sober, getting off antidepressants. I had to get out of the environment I knew and make a situation. I had to create my own hero's journey for myself. So as you're facing your adversity, as you're facing loss, as you are battling that vice or that addiction, understand that without the struggle, there is no story. Without the big decline, there is no amazing rise. This is part of your path. This is what's going to build you and make you great and allow you the opportunity to build whatever version of yourself and your future and your life and your impact that you envision. And if you don't even know what that is yet, if you don't have that purpose, if you don't have the direction, that's okay. You can start moving today. Just get into the gym or whatever form of physical fitness you choose to focus on. Commit to it. Take it to an uncomfortable level. Try to understand how to not hurt yourself. Don't do everything exactly as I did. A little bit more wisdom can go a long ways if you can find some good guidance in the beginning. But that's all you need to do. Motion creates clarity. Get moving. Move your body. You'll start to see someone different in the mirror if you can commit to doing this. A bare minimum 4 days a week. And like I said, uncomfortable level. Push it hard. Push it hard. Starting the habits, first 90 days, doesn't matter if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, as long as you're not doing something that's harming you, that's going to make it hard to continue your process. Just get in the habit, commit to it, don't miss. No matter what, do not miss. This is no longer a chore like going to the post office or shopping for groceries or something that maybe you can put off until the next day. You commit to it and you don't ever miss. That's the beginning. Fitness is the foundation to elevation. Habits are the foundation to fitness. Motion creates clarity. And progress is one of the foundational pillars to happiness. Not the outcome, not the success. Making progress. Moving forward, moving in the same direction. Not stepping backwards. Not being sober on the weekdays, but being drunk on the weekends. Not living a fitness lifestyle most days, but not all days. Not eating right most of the time. I'm telling you, a cheat meal for me is still healthy as hell. It's still probably going to be timed out 4 hours apart and make sure I get at least my 50 grams of protein minimum with 4 hours apart or more. That maximum muscle protein synthesis signal, MPS signal going. I'm still going to have the right amount of carbs and healthy fats. So my cheat meals, maybe the timing goes off just a little bit. Maybe I have a little bit more healthy fats, more avocados, olives, hummus, eggs, egg yolks. But it's still going to be pretty darn congruent. I'm not going to miss my workouts, no matter what. That's one thing. If you start getting up early, you start going to bed early, you'll find a way to always get your physical fitness in. So, whatever place you're at with your adversity, whether it be loss, addiction, financial challenges, just an internalized feeling of defeat that maybe you haven't even admitted to yourself. This is a gift. You are a chosen one. Your story needs the struggle. And there's something great for you on the other side of it. But you're the only person that can make that happen. I love you. I'll record another one tomorrow. I'll keep posting them whenever I can make time. I'm the victim of my own success with my business. Love you. See you later.